Hi, this is Rani Mukerji and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Have you guys seen this absolutely awesome trailer? Can't wait for August 22nd. That's what Amir Khan tweeted about the trailer of Mardaani, and it's very rarely that Amir tweets about any film, and he just says something about any film if he very strongly feels about it as well. And we have with us Rani Mukerji today. A huge pleasure to have you back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
And how do you react to someone like Amir, who's rarely known to tweet about something, and if he, I'm sure that you know about that as well, if he feels very strongly about something, then only he says something about it.
Right, absolutely. In fact, when Amir saw the trailer himself, he told me himself that he's going to tweet about it because he strongly felt for what we were doing, and he really liked the trailer very much. So I think it was very sweet of him to do something like that. But obviously, it's only because he reacted to the trailer, and that's why he did it. So it was a very honest kind of a reaction that instantly made him tweet about it.
And generally the reactions have been very positive if you talk about both amongst the audience as well as within the industry as well. How do you feel? I think after No One Killed Jessica, this is one performance of yours, you know, it's standing out very strongly, be it the body language, be it the dialogue as well. What sort of responses have you got?
I think the buzz has been really positive and very encouraging, because wherever I'm going, I think the whole message which is there in the film, which is bring out the Madani in you, which is telling all the women. So I think that buzz has reached every corner. So whether I'm in Kashmir meeting the Jawans in Baramulla, or whether I'm in Jhansi, everywhere women are coming up to me and telling me, Rani ma'am, it's fantastic that you've done this film, because we are feeling very powerful and we want to whack people around us. So I think that spirit of Madani is coming out very strongly in the promos, and I think that's what will make this film what it is.
Now when we just see this dialogue of yours that apne papa ko mera naam theek se bol, Shivani, Shivaji, ukhad, I think you know the entire that irreverence with which you are saying it, and the body language, and chal hat rahe and everything, you enjoyed it?
Of course.
Genuinely?
Because I think
what do you enjoy more, the dialogue or the hitting part?
I think the word Mardani is very synonymous with my personality type as well. So I enjoyed saying the line because it kind of in a way empowers women, that a lady cop or a lady officer is saying this to a person who's trying to intimidate her, and she gives it to him back by saying that, you know, whoever you're calling, please tell that person my name correctly. This is my name. I'm from Crime Branch. I'm from Unit 3. So tell that person properly and do whatever you feel like doing. You know, come on, get out. That's the kind of attitude. So I think the attitude with the body language, with what she's doing, is just very empowering.
Apparently your role in Madani has been inspired by a real life cop, Mumbai-based cop.
Actually, it's been inspired by a lot of cops, and probably all the Crime Branch officers. Because this is a story which is inspired by true events. It's a story that's inspired by the real events that happen. So yes, my character is inspired by all those cops who have been courageously, bravely fighting every day of their lives towards different causes. Somebody is fighting narcotics, somebody is fighting trafficking, somebody is fighting crime. So yes, it's dedicated to a lot of cops.
Apparently ATS Himanshu Roy, I think, introduced you to quite a few lady cops.
Yes. In fact, without their help, I don't think we would have ever been able to get into the actual lives of the cops or the Crime Branch officers or the Crime Branch officers. And because of their help, today we are able to present a film like Mardaani, which is going to be very close to real cops and how the cops are actually there, out there. It's very different from what we have seen in films. It's very real over there, you know, what like happens, and that's what we've tried to portray in Madani, and it's only been possible because of the help of the Crime Branch.
When you see the promo, when the promo starts off, it has that I think hard-hitting feel to it because of the subject of child trafficking, and when the dialogue comes that अपनी माशूका नजर आनी चाहिए, बेटी नहीं. Something about the child trafficking part of it, because you know it's scary when the super says that every 8 minutes
a girl child gets
abducted. That's really scary. In fact, something about the subject and how I hope that it's not like it becomes like a documentary in any way whatsoever.
No, I think we were very conscious of the fact that today when we make a film, it has to be entertaining, because people are interested to watch an entertaining film when they go to watch a film. Otherwise, it's important then you make a documentary or watch things on TV.
Right.
Because people don't want to get lectured, people don't want to see something which is very real and stark.
Right.
But I think with Mardaani, I think what we've tried to consciously do is make an entertaining film with the thriller format, and at the end of the film give a very important and strong message and leave. So when you see the film, you will watch it like an entertaining thriller format film, which is like a cat and mouse chase between the cop and the one who's wronged.
Right.
And end of it, you'll get a very strong message which is there for all the women. Right. And for all the girls. And also I think in today's day and age, where the kind of atmosphere around us has become so bad, that every day there is some kind of a disturbing news that we get to hear every day in the morning.
Absolutely.
We wake up to papers and we wake up to news channels reporting something which is completely out of our reach, or something that we can't believe we've heard.
Right.
There are certain things which for us are stories, but the actual events that are taking place today with every girl child, with probably so many women at different parts of India, and this trafficking menace is not only in India, it's actually worldwide.
Absolutely.
So there's this common problem where women are facing in their day-to-day lives, children are facing in their day-to-day lives, and the only way to combat it is to actually empower themselves. Because I think gone are the days to have debates over what is right, what is wrong, how men should look at us, what should be the attitude of the men, what should the law do, what should the government come out with a certain law, how the law should change. I think the time for all that is gone, because we'll keep discussing and time will keep passing by and nothing's going to happen eventually. So it's important for women to bring out the Mardaani in them, bring out the power that exists within them, and take out a solution and self-protect themselves.
Right.
Because you can't have your bodyguard 24/7. Everybody can't afford to have a bodyguard. You can't afford your brother, your father, or your boyfriend or your husband to walk with you at every given step of the day.
Right.
Because everybody is busy doing their and with their day-to-day lives. Every girl child who is about 3 years of age today in India, their parents should send her to a self-defense class, to a martial arts class.
Right.
Or they should be martial arts and self-defense become compulsory in schools and colleges, like our compulsory subjects like math, science, physics. Because we need to live in a society according to what society has become.
जी बिल्कुल.
Today the way the society is turning out to be, you have no other choice but to make your children learn self-defense.
Right.
Teach them about the value of how important self-defense is in today's day and age. So it's important to teach them that, so that when this girl child is actually going to be 19 years of age, there will be no man who will have the courage to even look at her in the eye. Because that man will know that this girl is a martial arts champion and she's going to kill him if he ever comes near her. And that's when after 20 years, India will truly be shining.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Recently, I read a news report that in Delhi, almost 30% foreign tourists they've dropped because of the entire Nirbhaya incident that has happened. I think almost a couple of years back, and which is shocking as well, and which is very sad for the country as well, because these incidents have grown by many folds. Now, apparently, Madani is the first viral film to get an A certificate. My daughter loves the promo. She is very keen on watching it, as she's 10 years old, so I don't think that she'll be able to watch it. But a lot of girls, young girls, they're very keen on watching it.
Yes, and it's very keen that girls should watch the film, because
very,
it's going to make them aware.
They are very
because today there are violence and atrocities happening to girls who are 5 years of age,
exactly,
6 years of age, 10 years of age, 12 years of age.
Right.
And unfortunately, our censor board doesn't have a censor certificate which is for 12 years and above.
Right.
It's either below 18 or above 18. And when today there is violence against kids who are so young, why is it that we can't show the film to a child who's 12 years old, it's very imperative that she learns,
Right.
she gets aware of her surroundings, because the day has gone that parents will explain everything to a child when the girl child reaches her puberty, and that's not really relevant in today's time and age, and where things are happening in front of our eyes.
Right.
Like you're hearing of your neighbor's child getting molested. You're getting to hear these kind of things on a daily basis. So yes, it is very important that children see it, and there have been so many parents who have actually seen my film and have said that, Rani, we want our daughter to watch this film, because it is a film which is relevant for every girl, every woman, and they should watch it, because at the end of the film you get a feeling of empowerment. You get a feeling that as a woman I can do it.
And now, what do you have to say about this thing that I've been reading a lot of your interviews, some of them are very, very good as well. But the feeling is that the entire, the questions about your marriage is just totally hijacking the entire idea of Mardaani in a way as well. Do you feel it as such that too much is being...
Not at all, because wherever I've been going personally for my visits for the film and when I'm promoting the film, I think there's a very nice feeling that they are congratulating me for my wedding. At the same time, I think they are all quite affected by the promo. And they all are talking about the film, and there are, like, I went to Baramulla to meet the Jawans for Independence Day, and over there everybody spoke about the promo. Everybody said that there was a brigadier who came to me and said that, Rani, I'm so happy you've done this film. Now my daughter is going to be inspired to join the army.
Right.
There were so many of the military officers who are females who said, ma'am, we're so happy you did this film. Now we are getting the power and the courage. There were so many wives of the officers and the daughters who came to me and they said, we are so excited and we are dying to see it, because now it just speaks of girl power and it's talking about all these things. So I don't think, apart from the media, that feeling is not there anywhere else.
Right. I'd like to just quote a few things which are interesting, and you've said that I've never heard Mr. Chopra till date saying one wrong thing about anyone in the industry, and that in an industry where people's daily pastime is only bitching, Adi is occupied with work, so he has no time for things like that.
Right.
That is one aspect that you like about Mr. Chopra a lot.
Absolutely, because I think he's very positive, he's very optimistic, and he genuinely has nothing bad to say about anybody.
Right. And he likes to stay at home. That is something that you like a lot.
Not at all. I think he's a very social person.
Right.
It's just that he doesn't go to places where there are flashbulbs. But he's definitely more social than I am. And after having him in my life, I've in fact started going out a lot. But going out in the language of media is only attending parties and events which are media related. So obviously we don't attend those parties and events, but we're going everywhere else.
Right. There was a screaming headline about that you producing babies, that you're not interested in producing a movie right now.
Right.
Many of your fans, I think, after especially the promos of Mardaani, they'll be very keen to know that what are you doing next, because I think you're looking at the top of your game right now. So what do you have to say about them as such? I'm sure babies are important for sure, but it seems like that you have quite a few number in your mind as such.
No, nothing like that sort. I think it's important for me to do a film when a subject really interests me or it kind of challenges me as an artist. So yes, I would love to do a film immediately after Mardaani. And having babies is something that is eventually going to happen one day. So I can't shy away from the fact that, oh, I'm not going to have babies. It's not really my agenda. My agenda is that I'm a married woman and babies are a very natural thing to happen. And of course I'm looking forward to like motherhood, but because somebody asked me whether I want to produce films, I said no, I'm not interested.
Right.
I'm interested, the only thing that I'm interested to produce is babies,
right,
not films.
And became a headline actually.
Yes,
Catchy
so that became
well.
the headline, but
right,
it's not as if I am pregnant and I'm expecting,
right,
but of course in the near future I will.
We've taken some questions from your fans. They've been asking for a long time now. This is Meghani from Sri Lanka. Did you go through any special training to make you physically fit for the role in Mardaani?
Yes, I did do Krav Maga, which is an Israeli form of martial arts,
right,
which I had to train because normally cops go through various martial arts training. Different training is given to them, whether it's gun shooting, whether it's archery, whether it's boxing, whether it's any form of martial arts, whether it's karate, taekwondo. So they do go through a lot of these combat trainings.
Right.
So as a cop, I also needed to do that. And because it's a very real film, you won't have me kicking with 10 people flying. It's not that kind of a film. It's not a escapist film. It's a very real film.
Right.
It has very real action, hand to hand, fist to fist kind of action. So yes, I had to learn that, and that's what the scenes of the action are there in the film.
Right.
So yes, I had to go through that, and of course I did a little bit of weight training to look my part.
Quite a few, in fact, of your fans have been saying that we like when you're doing the push-ups and all these things. So I'm sure that you must have got the feedback as well.
In fact, for that scene, I did some 100 push-ups, and after that, for a week, I couldn't do push-ups.
Right.
It was quite difficult.
Now, in a way, is Aamir your inspiration, because he's a method actor as well? जो भी करते हैं, like he just totally gets into it, and is he in a way your inspiration to just become the part, because you become
whether it's Aamir or whether it's Shah Rukh, I think they've had a very good influence in my life since I did my first 2 films with them.
Right.
And the kind of passion and dedication that I saw that existed in them even after being such big stars when I was a newcomer, I think that kind of instilled in me somewhere in my heart that, you know, if you have to be here in the industry, you have to really give your best at every given point of time. Doesn't matter how successful you are.
Right.
And I think they've always been inspirations to me. And they've been people who I look up to in terms of how they conduct their professional life. And it's been like, for an actor, every journey of a film is a different journey.
Right.
And with each film, I try and work as hard as I can. I try to get into the skin of the character as much as I can by actually meeting people like that, or by actually learning their body language, or observing the way they are in their real life. So yes, with this film, it has been a journey for me.
Right.
Meeting the crime branch officers, interacting with them, talking to them, knowing them so up close, and playing one of them. So actually, this through this film, I'm actually kind of you know, giving a tribute to all the lady cops who are there in our country, who, in the words of all the joint commissioners, are not only as good as the male cops, but probably better.
Fantastic. You've said expletives in quite a few movies, and you've done it wonderfully well as well. Be it Bichu or No One Killed Jessica as well. So, do we see that?
It comes naturally to me.
It comes, but you do it convincingly. I'm not saying it comes naturally, but you're one of the very few actresses who does it very convincingly. Do we see that in Mardani? Because considering the way that you see that,
yes,
fantastic.
Yes,
we haven't seen in the promo so far.
Yes, but you'll see it. Some things left for the film.
Fantastic. This is Lujain from Saudi Arabia. Is there any songs in Mardani?
There is a Madani Anthem, which is basically an anthem which speaks about the overall feelings that all the women are going through actually today. It's a song which will evoke a feeling in every woman, because it is written by a woman who's obviously a mother of a 12-year-old. She has seen the film and she's reacted to the film and she's written the song. And the song actually is a voice of all the women, you know, collectively. Because it basically represents, it's the song that represents the emotion of every girl when she says to a man that, I'm there to love you if you love me, but if you mess with me, I'm not going to leave you.
No, fantastic.
So you must have done it for this fan, I can say the lines, Aaj se ab se aan meri mein.
Can you please sing it? I think you sing wonderfully.
Yeah, but I'll just say the lines. Aaj se ab se aan meri mein, tumko na chhone dungi. जान को चाहे छलनी कर दो, मान को ना छूने दूंगी, छू कर देखो दिल मेरा, तुम्हें दिल में अपने भर लूंगी, पर छेड़ के देखो तुम मुझको, मैं तुमको नहीं छोड़ूंगी. So it's basically a song with a message, and I think the anthem is an anthem which all the girls, I think collectively, not only in India but in the world, will relate with.
This is Meghani from Sri Lanka once again. Bollywood still dominates hero-oriented movies. Do you think Madani will find its way to success at the box office?
It all depends on people who come and watch the film, because
even from box office perspective, I think reports so far are positive.
Yes, I think it all depends on people who basically come and watch the film. I always feel that every film is content driven, whether it's a film with a big hero, with a newcomer, or with a female, you know, protagonist. If the content is good, people will come, people will see the film, people like the film. If the content is not good, you can be the biggest star, or you can be a newcomer and the film will not work.
Absolutely.
But content drives the film, and content is king.
And you are Rani. Alright, this is Mehak Loves Rani. I think this fan of yours, I think apparently you met her recently.
No, in fact, I spoke to her.
Achha, you spoke
on
to
the
her?
phone, yes.
Achha, okay.
Yes.
So, any experience from the shoot that left you speechless or shocked that you'd want to share with us?
Actually, a lot of things have
Mehak.
happened on the shoot. There is this poster which you're seeing right now behind you. And there is another poster which is the first poster of the film where I'm standing with a gun with a black kurta. So that poster in fact has a lot of memories because when I was doing that shoot in Delhi, we were actually shooting in a very small bathroom in a real house, which was just I think 4 by 4 I think. It was a very small bathroom where only one person could actually stand. And in that bathroom we did the scene, and I remember the character who you've seen lying dead behind, he actually managed to rip my toenail apart.
Oh shit.
In the shoot, and I remember I was giving the shot and I had my whole nail ripped off and there was blood oozing out, and I didn't leave the shot, and after the shot got over I realized that something is feeling really cold on my feet, and in 15 seconds after that I started getting a lot of pain and I realized that something's gone wrong. And then there was this huge thing because there were neighbors in that colony who came and who were wanting to give me first aid, and it was like you will see this in the making of the film. So yes, there are a lot of instances like that we had during the making. In fact, when we were shooting in Chandni Chowk, there was this house where we were shooting in, and it was Holi during that time, and they had made these delicacies that they usually make during Holi. And I had that entire family come to me, and whether it was their chachi, chacha, taya, tauji, iski beti, uska beta, सब आ गए और एक एक मिठाई लेके आ गए जो घर पे बनाई थी. So I met the entire family through the sweets, and I had to eat the sweets also throughout the meeting. So it was pretty sweet.
This is Angela from Mauritius. From all the great performances that she has done, which one is her most favorite?
My most favorite is the color that I'm wearing right now, black.
This is Mehak once again from Delhi. When will we see you in a hardcore romantic movie like Hum Tum or Satya once again?
Yes, I'll have to work my way towards a good love story. Even I'm dying to do a love story. So hopefully, Mehak, your dream comes true and I actually get to do a really beautiful love story.
And can we see Mr. Chopra directing a movie?
Not at all. Not me at least.
Right. Now, I think one more USP which I personally feel is the dialogue of the movie.
Right.
And I think especially that one dialogue that
Under 19
team K 12th man. I think that's really quirky actually. So do you think the dialogue is something that we get to see more such dialogue in the movie?
Yes. Actually, the way Gopi has written the lines, I think they're very interesting, and in its own way they are very real, very raw, but at the same time it packs a punch. So also when you see the film, there is another line where I say that चूहों को पकड़ना हो तो चूहा बनना पड़ता है, कुत्तों को पकड़ना हो तो कुत्ता, शेर का शिकार करना हो तो शेर, you know. So I think all these lines are going to, I think, make an impact.
Okay, and what sort of release are you guys planning as in terms of screens and
I have no idea. I'm just an actor. I just do my job, and then right now I'm promoting the film, so I would know not too much. I would know like a layman. I have no idea about this.
Finally, if you have to sum up Mardaani, say in a few words, and considering it's coming close to Independence Day as well. You've already spoken about a few of the special moments that you had, but still something that you strongly feel about Mardaani and you'd like to share. Pradeep Sarkar, if you would like to speak about him, he's a director.
Pradeep has really, in my opinion, outdone himself with this film because it's a film which is completely not up his alley. It's a film that is shot in all real locations. It's a very grungy film. It's a film that when you see, you'll feel that a 25-year-old has made a film.
Right.
And the only thing that I think is going to scream out of this film is the anger, the frustration that whether it's Pradeep Sarkar, whether it's Adi, whether it's Gopi the writer, whether it's me the artist that I'm playing, I think we all have collectively taken the anger that has been building up in our hearts for so long. And Mardaani is a product of that anger. And Mardaani is a film which is not going to leave you disheartened, but it's a film that's going to uplift you, it's going to encourage you, motivate you, and it's going to bring out the Mardani in every girl who
Ji.
watches the film.
And I think you've said somewhere that Madani 2 is a possibility, sequel of Madani.
No, I have not said it, but inshallah, if
I think in some interview, I think maybe you've been misquoted or whatever.
I think I have been misquoted,
Right.
but since I'm talking to you now, it's not a far-fetched possibility that Mardani 2 can happen. But as long as the Mardani 1 does well and
Right,
people identify with it and like the film,
Ji.
because it's the story of Mardani is very relevant for today, and I don't think sequels are made for anything but to become a franchise.
Absolutely.
But Mardani is a film which is from the heart. It's a very, very special film. And if ever there is a possibility of the film being made into a sequel, it will only be to spread another message across.
Last question, you have a huge fan following overseas. Do they get to see the movie? What sort of release? At least itna to shayad aapko pata hoga. Because I think you
Yeah,
have
of course,
tremendous
there is,
following, like say, so many, I think Singapore and Malaysia and like
Yes,
say,
yes, of course the
US,
film
UK,
is going to be
everywhere.
releasing there on the 22nd of August. In
Right.
Dubai it releases 21st.
Absolutely.
So yes, I think a lot of these places are going to have a release on the 22nd.
Right. I don't know if even if you're not planning to, you should actually, because I'm sure that you, because
No,
of
no,
all
I
those
think the film is,
dharma and all that,
releasing.
the sort of following that you have.
Yes, yes, yes. It's definitely
They're
going to
looking-
release
and
overseas.
You're coming after quite some time, so
Yes.
they're eagerly awaiting for it. in fact.
Yes.
Alright, so thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank
Lovely
you,
to have you,
Faridoon.
and looking forward to Mardani.
Yes.
Unfortunately, my daughter won't be able to watch it. She is, but I think in a way she has
But I
really
think
liked the
when
promo
you
a lot.
see the film,
Right, I can convey to her.
you can convey to her, and very soon she's going to turn 18, and hopefully if there's a censorship after few years,
Right.
so she can see the film earlier.
No, definitely, and a lot of other, I think, girls they're looking up to you, even within the industry. I
Yes.
think we've been talking to quite a few people, and they have some wonderful things to say about the promo, and we hope that the movie does well as well. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Faridoon.
sir.
Thank you.
That's all we from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.